YouTube, welcome back to another video where today you're joining us back up here at Teamsport Leeds for the regional finals. It's finally come around, and as you'll see, I've already won a medal just for signing on, so far so good. We're already winning silverware. Hopefully we can win a trophy today. I'm not really too sure. The nerves are kicking in. Like I say, there's a lot of quick people. I was a bit humbled at the local finals, as I really was expecting to win it. Obviously coming third. So yeah, obviously there's going to be a lot more quick people from Coventry, Nottingham and Stoke, as well as Leicester. So yeah, obviously you've had a practice session as well. You've already seen one of it coming a bit later on in the video timeline. But say that was a really good one, so we're feeling pretty positive at the same time. Kart allocation as well is going to be a big play. We've already watched the lightweights as we're in the middle of the day. Supercup Blondie's already been on, so we'll put the highlights of the lightweights after it, but I'll put the timestamp here and where it's going to be. But yeah, there's been a couple of karts that have been a bit funky in there. Shane, so he won the local finals in Leicester, went 1.5 seconds slower in the semi-final than he did in Heat 2. So yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a bit of a lottery. Hopefully everything goes our way and we can hopefully get through to Warrington. Like I said, I'm not really expecting too much, to be fair. It would be nice to get a podium, but at the same time I think the goal for today is just to get through to the grand final and just have a bit of fun. So yeah, let's qualifying first and 2 heats, which the qualifying position determines your position for the first 2 heats. Semi-final, which is point based from the first 2 heats, and then if you get through top 6 of the semi-final and go through to the grand final. So yeah, let's get to qualifying and let's see how it goes. And here's some absolute loser in a Mini Cooper. Oh, 3 boys on this piece of shit. And just before we get into qualifying, like I said in the intro, we've been here most of the day as Supercup Blondies raced in the lightweights at the start of the day, and as the heavyweights we're racing at the end of the day. So I've already watched the lights and the middleweights race, and I thought we already have a good idea on the good and the bad karts. And if you're not too sure on the Bikc qualifying rules, you cannot swap a kart during qualifying, and we got told in the briefing that we can't swap a kart at the start of the session either if we've not driven it before. So even though I know the good and the bad karts, unfortunately if I got a bad kart, you cannot swap it at all, so that will determine the first 2 heat positions. But as I start walking up to the screen and I find out I've got kart 3, which after watching the light and the middleweights is probably the worst kart out there and pretty demoralising already. I feel like it's over before it's begun, but unfortunately we just can't do anything about it, so we've just got to get in and work with what we've got. And just to show you what I mean by how bad the kart is, we've come out the pits as our first lap after the yellow and red flags have been shown, just to make sure we all know that we're listening. As you can see here, we're behind at kart 6 here, and as we can keep up happily in the hairpins, but coming under the bridge, you're going to see that their karts just seem to absolutely fly away. If we speed up a little bit here, coming to the last 2 hairpins, I'm behind number 6, and yeah, I have just got no answer to that. It just seems like I've pulled 2-3 kart lengths. But like I say, there's not really much I can do and just try and get the fastest lap that I possibly can, which is what's going to be played now. So I'll shut up for a minute and let you watch my fastest lap. And there it is, and a 40.654, as you can see my head in frustration. Unfortunately, because we are in the quicker of the 2 groups, as well as we've got top 3 from Leicester, we've got the Coventry heavyweight champion, and we've got the Nottingham heavyweight champion in this group as well. Say, I believe if we're in the second group, that would have put me in 6th or 7th, so I would have had a better fighting chance, but unfortunately, being in the quicker of the 2 groups, it has put me in dead last. But like I say, we just got to work with it. So towards the end of the qualifying session, I'll let Stuart Clark through as the Coventry heavyweight champion,
He won it here last year, so I'm just seeing if how my car compares to his. Just try and copy some lines, see what he's doing a bit differently, see if I can learn from it, you know, while I'm in a bad car, as I'm going to be starting dead last. But as you can see here, as we come out the final hairpin, I'm sticking with him, but then when we get to the straight, I just got no answer, car pulls away, and it's just frustrating me a lot. And towards the end of the session right here, flags out, I should really be doing another lap, but I just bring it straight in, because I don't really want anything else to do with this car anymore. But I'll go and protest it, and yeah, so let's just get to heat 1, and let's try and fight our way up the group. And after that huge disappointment in qualifying, coming into heat 1 then, in another car which completely cuts out on me coming down the ramp. Yeah, I've gone from one bad car to one that just doesn't even want to start for me. I'm actually crying inside my helmet right now. I just can't believe what's happening. But as soon as everyone lines up at the bottom of the track here, and get a little bump from that guy, start last, nicely demoralising, starting dead last. And once again the kart cuts out, as there is the live reaction of me inside my helmet. I am not enjoying life right now, but once again we're just going to have to work with what we've got as we start heat 1, as I'm pulling out the pro kart strats of bumping everyone in front, as I don't think not many people have done a rolling start because everyone's just going really slow. I'm trying to push everyone there. Not everyone's happy as the guy in front is basically telling everyone I'm the one who's pushing everyone forwards. But as it goes green for the first time of the evening, I'm going to try around the outside here of Kart 5, try and make up a position, but I can't really get it done. He's going to shut the door there just before coming into turn 2. So yeah, unfortunately can't move up straight away. That's what I'm hoping to. I've got 9.5 laps now at this point to try and do as much damage as I can, and I'm going to come out swinging. So here we go then, lap 2, Kart 5 then gets a bit oversteery coming at the exit turn 1. Try and find a move here, coming over the bridge, look on the right hand side, but he sees me there and cuts it off. Probably could have done a little dive, but I didn't really fancy it too much. I'm going to say Kart 5 just seems to be a bit all over the place at the minute, so we're going to speed up the footage to the end of the lap, as there's a bit of a kerfuffle up ahead which allows Kart 5 to go on the left hand side, but it also opens up the inside there for me to try and take advantage as Kart 9 goes a bit slow coming up the main straight. He goes a bit funny, Kart 5 and Kart 9 both go wide. So coming into lap 3 down, I've made up 2 positions, and this is where the race really opens up. But here we go then, Kart 9 on the left hand side tries to take the position back, but I'm going to leave the inside door closed to not let him back past me. He doesn't get the switch back either off the 2 hairpins. So skipping forward then to lap 5 then, we've got Kart 13 ahead. He's going to leave the door open completely. I see the opportunity and I'm definitely going to take it. Don't get the move done there into the next couple of corners, but like I say, he left the door completely open before the bridge of death. Get the move done, and now we see Kart 14 ahead. Can we get it done on him? We are determined. Coming up the main straight then, we know we're going to get a good run. We're getting it in. He's left the door open now in turn 1 as we do the dive bomb from about 5 miles away. And at Bikc, you know, these are the top guys in the country, in the region, and to get to a dive bomb like that takes guts, but we get it done. Kart 16 then ahead, we're up 4 positions. We can see Jonathan and we can see Kart 16 ahead. Give Kart 16 a little bit of a tap, get the move done, but I don't see anything too wrong with that one. As we see Jonathan right ahead then with 1 more position, can we get it done? And a massive, to be fair, shout out to Jonathan, who wasn't actually originally meant to race with a back injury, but he's decided to anyway. What a hero, but he does go a little bit wide there. Coming into turn 1, I give him a little tap. Coming into turn 4, as we come over the bridge, I'm going to completely shut the right hand side off, as I don't want to give him as much room as I can. Go around the outside then, and that is 6 positions moved up. As you can hear me hyping myself up there, knowing it's a good job. And if that's not enough proof that I should have been up the top, there it is. I've come out swinging for this race. 5th position I finish in after starting in 11th. In 10 laps I move up 6 positions with a new PB, and say pretty much on pace for the guys ahead. And like I say, most of my laps were overtaking people, but at the end of it I'll give Jonathan a little handshake to make sure it's all good after the move. Like I say, he's got a back injury, so don't really want to be too harsh on him. But that is heat 1 done. Can we do the same in heat 2? Let's find out. And because of the silly Bikc rules, instead of starting in the previous positions we finished in, which would have been 5th, or even starting with our fastest laps, which would have been 5th, unfortunately I've got to start in 11th position as what I qualified in. So we've got to try to do it all again as the green flag goes on. We are racing, try and take around the outside there of Kart 14, don't quite take advantage as the whole group starts to get away a little bit. Through 2, 3 and 4 without any problems. Coming up to the bridge then, I see the right hand side gap as I take 10th position. The car on the left hand abandoned, and I also took 9th there as well. But unfortunately due to the red flag, because Kevin's brakes did not work, yeah, red flagged, race has been restarted. As you can see, he's talking to the marshal, and I've got exclusive audio of that conversation. Mate, telling you, car doesn't brake. Nah, pal, you're making it up, lad. Nah, mate, it doesn't brake, look.
What are you talking about?
Which, believe it or not, Kevin said after that apparently when he said about the brake issues, what he's saying to me here, apparently the marshal said he was making it up because he wanted to swap carts. But anyway, after all that happened, after the restart, some more bumping on the green flag as we try and take advantage here on the right hand side, but we can't. So unfortunately we are starting back in 11th position. Gonna try up the bridge again, see if we can do the same move as we can last time. Unfortunately Kart 14 is gonna have it blocked off. Obviously I did the move last time, so he knows it's gonna happen, but luckily he tries the move there on 9th position, which unfortunately caused him to go into the barrier a little bit, caused them both to slow down. So that is 2 positions up now, so that's position 9. As the cart ahead tries to move on Jonathan, the cart behind tries to move on me. It's all a bit hectic, but can we get into 8th position here? Yes we can. We just managed to make it, and luckily we do keep it coming up the straight. And unfortunately, say that's really all that happens. Lap 6 here, we are right up with Jonathan though, as we're going to try do an overtake somewhere. We're going to try and look for the positions if we can. We've got the cart behind there shoving his nose in, trying to shove my nose in just before the hairpin after the down ramp. Unfortunately I'm just not quite far enough to pull off the move. Skip to lap 7 and coming into lap 8 as I'm thinking it's a now or never moment. Jonathan gets a bit wide coming onto the main straight, leaves the gap open on the right. I'm thinking of the dive bomb, try it. Jonathan does leave the room, but unfortunately he just gets the better exit as I almost lose 8th position there as well, trying to move to 7th. Yeah, unfortunately I just can't move my way up. As you can see, this massive train here. Jonathan covers off the right hand side on the next lap, which is the other unfortunate bit about starting away from behind. Because I've exploited everyone's weaknesses in the first heat, they all know now where to cover off, so I can't do the same move twice pretty much on the same person, which unfortunately leaves me in 8th position for heat 2, which is a real disappointing result. So that's a 5th position and an 8th position coming into the semi-finals, which will start me in 7th position. So like I say, top 6 go through, so at the minute I'm not quite through to the grand final, but let's see what we can do.
Right guys, that's the first 2 heats done in qualifying. Got the worst car I could possibly get in qualifying. Came last, so unfortunately it's pretty much over before it's begun. First heat though went really well. 5th position, I had 11th, so I made up 6 positions. And then 8th position in heat 2. Yeah, I just couldn't really do anything with that. Tried to move a Jonathan, but it defended it too well around the outside. But I had to try it. I noticed he was braking really early. I had to try it for the first hairpin, but don't know why I'm coming in the semi-final. They're just running the second heat now, so I thought I'd just do a quick catch-up. But yeah, I'm just really frustrated to be honest, because I know I've got pace to run in the top 5, and Kart 3, which everyone knows is bad. Say we've been here all day with the lightweights and middleweights, and everyone who's had Kart 3 has been basically last. Not last, but they've been the slowest out on track. Paul Clegg as well, channel's favourite Paul Clegg. He had Kart 3 1 qualifying and did really poorly. We managed to get into the grand final. That's basically the plan at this point, get into the grand final and yeah, try and do something with that. I'd say pace is there, possibly to fight for podium, but fortunately not anymore. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do Bikc, because I knew something like this would happen. Yeah, fortunately it is what it is. And yeah, Kart 3 hasn't been ran for the rest of the rounds, so I'm the only one who's had it in the heavyweights. But yeah, go to the semi-final. I don't know what I'm placing, so I'll put it here somewhere. And yeah, let's hope we can get to the grand final. So let's get to it.
But before we do get to the semi-finals, we have a lovely conversation with Mark Head, so let's just listen in.
Yeah, I'm just looking, got you starting directly behind me. My son spends his life watching you on YouTube. He wound me up before we started, when he entered. He said, you're going to be racing with Robbie. And I thought, that's not that guy you're watching on YouTube and literally follow his live. And now you're going to be starting right there, so but good luck anyway.
Thank you, mate.
So a big shout out to Mark's lad who watches the channel. Sorry I didn't get your name, I was a bit in the zone, it did take me a bit of a surprise. But yeah, so a massive shout out. And just because your dad's starting in front of me does not mean I'm going to go easy on him. There's quite a lot of people who also came up to me as well during the semi-finals throughout the day who said they watch the channel. It's always nice to know that people are watching and enjoying the content, especially when they come up to me on track. So huge shout out to everyone who watches the channel. And here we go then, it's semi-final time. I need to make at least one position to make it through to the grand final. Can it be done? Let's find out, as the yellows are going to be on for a long time. But like I say to everyone during the rolling start, never presume it's going to be a false start. So when the greens go then, it looks like Kart 9 on the left there got a bit jumped by 13, but he's actually going to get the move back. But it actually makes room for me, so unfortunately I do make Mark go down a position, but that also means I'm in 6th position as I go quite wide there at the first hairpin down the down ramp. Do make it 6th position, which means it is grand final positions as we skip forward then to the end of the lap. Give a look behind and notice that there's literally no one behind me, so I'm quite happy at the minute that I'll be making it through to the grand final. But of course, like every racer out there, I want more positions, you know, I want a bit more than that. Kart 9 ahead then, can we get through? He's gonna keep it down the inside, he's gonna close the door to not allow us to get through. Try switch back there, try switch back here as well, but unfortunately Kart just gets under me at the rear, so just don't get the traction coming out of that second hairpin. Give him a little tap then into lap 4, is about to come into lap 5. As yeah, just here I sort of realised that the Kart head just seems to have that a little bit more power than mine does. It covers off that inside, probably seen the 2 dive bombs that I did in the first 2 heats, so I just tried to cover that off. Give him a few taps there into 2, 3, 4. Wasn't really expecting to slow down that much, but he's always going to cover the inside there, coming over the bridge. As I try and go around the outside again, but the Kart just understeers. This Kart really wasn't enjoying life around corners, so it just really seemed to, the front end just really seemed to wash away, if that's the best way to describe it. Through 2, 3, 4 again on lap 14. We're catching up to these 2 karts ahead. The SA, nothing really happened. I just can't really seem to find my way through this Kart 9 ahead. So he's closing off all the doors where he needs to be. He's obviously defending at that 5th position like his life depends on it, which of course he's more than entitled to do. It's my job to make my way past. Coming to lap 15 then, the final lap. We have almost caught up to the Hood 2 ahead. I'm sort of a bit shaking the head. I know I'm through to the grand final, but obviously you want to be up there, a bit more up there, don't want to be stuck behind karts. The Kart 9 ahead then is actually going to have a move on 4th position, and because he does that, the door is opened on the second hairpin after the down ramp, which allows me to move up a position into 5th. But are we going to keep it towards the end of the lap? Yes, we are. That is a 5th position result for the semi-final, so I wasn't expecting that last position to be made. But of course we're going to take advantage while we can, and that means we're going to be starting 9th in the grand final, so I got a quicker lap than the guy who finished in 5th in the other semi-final. So let's get through to the grand final and let's just see what we can do. And as you'll see, we have Kart 2 for the grand final, which was originally taken out for poor performance, which has been put back in for the final. So not only have I been given a bad kart qualifying, I've also been given a bad kart for the grand final.
This is great banter. It really is.
So here we are then, the grand final, the final race of the evening. starting 9th, a 15-minute race, so similar to the Need for Speed races we did at the start when we first came up to Teamsport Leeds. Here we go then, the yellows then are going to be on for a long time as everyone's really slow. I'm going to give a bit of a gap to Kart 1. There's the green flag, so I'm actually going to get the jump on Kart 1 ahead. Going to try and jump some position there as well, but don't quite get the move done. But we're up a position off the start, which is what I tell everyone when they're doing a rolling start. Never presume it's going to be a false start, because things like that happen. It's happened to me before in the Tillotons. But we're going to try and dive the inside there of Kart 8 in 7th position. We're going to get it slightly, but he's going to get the move back done. We're going to try around the outside here, just before the bridge of death. Doesn't quite get it done, but I leave my inside open there for Kart for the 9th position behind. It doesn't quite get the move done. I shut the door. Yeah, good bit of racing there to start off the race. And so we jump forward then to lap 6 out of 19. I can sense someone behind. Give a look, leave the door open. Car goes a little bit wide. I've got 9th position there behind, trying to get through as he tries to dive his nose there on the inside, but doesn't quite get the move done. Skip forward a lap then onto lap 7 out of 19. He's got the inside then coming over the bridge, but it leaves me with the inside at the 2 hairpins after the bridge. So he's not going to quite get the move done there. But we are going to skip forward then to the end of the lap, which coming to the last 2 hairpins. Leave the door open, turn on the inside, and he really dives himself in. As you can hear the Leicester lot not even happy with that one. But if we watch the replay in slow motion, I'm already turning into the corner, and that's when he just shoves his car into a gap that was already closing. I mean, I'm not really agreeing with that one. There was no penalty given. So yeah, fortunately, just got to live with that one. So I wasn't really happy with it at all, as you can tell by my reactions. But he's also going to try and move there on car 8, which doesn't work out for him because it leaves the door open for me to slip on through. Don't really give him that much room on exit. But you know, if he wants to dive his way into a gap, then I'm just going to make his life a bit harder as well. Wasn't too intentional, but you know, it is what it is. But coming back here, then I'm going to shut the door a little bit more as well, just so he doesn't do the same move again. Coming to lap 13 then, we've caught up once again to the carts ahead, as the cart behind, Kart 1's trying to make his way through, but doesn't get the move done either. Lap 18 then, 2 more laps to go. It looks like we're going to get nowhere near podium at this point. So Warrington's gone, but there we go then, possibly on car 8 round the outside. Don't quite get it done, try and get switchback. Don't quite get that done either. So it's just, I'm just trying every move that I can at this point just to see how far I can get up the grid. Coming to the last hairpin, and Jonathan tries the same move as the guy in Kart 1 tried. 3 wide coming down the main straight, and yeah, it just doesn't quite work out for Jonathan that time. Coming to the final lap, and yeah, this is it then. The Bikc journey is over. There's the checkered flag. That night, I'm just disappointed. I'm sulking, disappointed. You know, what could have been, you know, everything went wrong today, and yeah, it is what it is. Finished 8th overall out of the 24 people that came to regionals after starting from dead last. So yeah, let's just go to the car, let's debrief the evening before we get to the lightweight highlights. Right guys, there is the final done, semi-final and the finals. Semi-final, managed to make up 2 positions, finished in 5th, because I got a quicker lap time than the guy in 5th in the second semi-final. I started 9th for the grand final, so achieved the goal of getting to the grand final. And then we got shafted again with another bad kart. Yeah, originally they took kart 2 out, and then they've put it back in, and I've got it. Then yeah, it's just awful. Yeah, I can't lie, a little bit emotional coming out of it, because I know I should have had at least top 5 pace. Probably wouldn't have podiumed it because the top 3 seems to have really quite bad times. And I'll still get to the 39s around here.
But I thought, it's just getting shafted at the start. Fighting my way out the back on the first 2 heats. Fighting my way to get into the grand final, and then just getting another rubbish kart basically. Yeah, it just seems like I can't get any luck in karting anywhere. Owners, rentals, weight categories. It just doesn't seem to want to click for me at all, fortunately. Yeah, well done to Kevin for Leicester to get through to Warrington. As I know he came fourth last year. So yeah, huge well done. Huge well done to Jonathan as well for basically having a broken back and still racing even though he weren't originally going to plan to. So yeah, huge props to those two. Yeah, wish I could have been able to fight up there with them all. But especially knowing that so the last 2 practice sessions have come up here, the guy came second. I beat, apart from one of the Need for Speed races, but I was in kart 3, what are the odds? So yeah, so I know the pace was there to be up there, but it just wasn't unfortunately. But yeah, that's the heavyweights. I will now leave you with the lightweight highlights. So I know some of you want to watch that. So yeah, most of it be from Super Cup 1 view. So yeah, let's skip to qualifying and into Heat 1 for the lightweight regional finals. I'll see you after.
And there it is in a 40-second flat lap time for Hannah, which puts her in 5th position for Heat 1 and 2. It's just a standard qualifying, nothing really happens. So not many highlights here, but like I said, checker flags out, so let's get to Heat 1. And time for Heat 1 then, the same as the heavyweights. 8-minute race, and she's starting in 5th out of 11th. Just going to give everyone's bumping here at the start as the yellow flags turn to green, so we are now racing as she gets a little caught out there at the start. Someone tries around the outside there to try and get up a position, but it doesn't quite work out for them. Coming through 2, 3, 4, currently without any problems at all, maybe a few bumps from behind. But you can see the 2 carts head there trying to battle it out, so hopefully she can take advantage of this one. Coming around the second hairpin after the down ramp then, as kart 14 on the right there is going to get a bit out of hand, which is going to allow 3 carts through. And that's the thing with karting, you know, if you can make a position, carts going through. So that's Hannah up into 4th position now. And if we skip forward then to lap 3, nothing really happens. The top 3 start to gain a little bit, but Hannah's also pretty much in no man's land. There's no one behind her, there's no one in front of her. So like I say, it's pretty much just standard race here, just going around, doing a few laps. Skip to the last lap then. She does manage to catch up to 3rd a little bit, but nowhere near in time to do anything. So yeah, that's a 4th position for Hannah in Heat 1. Let's find out how she does in Heat 2. So here we go then, Heat 2 once again, starting in 5th position, another 8-minute race. as the yellow flags then go to green. And once again, Hannah's not really on the mark straight away, but someone on the left hand side there is going to get the jump. But is he actually going to get the position? Coming into 2, 3, 4, he's going to get the inside of turn 4, and unfortunately does manage to get the position. So that's Hannah down into 6th. And like I said in the heavyweights, you know, you've always got to be prepared on these rolling starts. Always need to be behind, really behind the person in front. Just need to get it done, or else you're going to get jumped. Unfortunately, that's what's happened here. But as you can see there, the top 5 seem to really start getting away. Kart 5 in 5th position is looking pretty racy on Kart 11 in the 4th position ahead. So there's the end of the first lap. Kart 5 then is looking for a gap, but Kart 11 has it blocked off coming into turn 1. Kart 5 get a little bit oversteery at the exit of turn 1. Going to skip forward then to lap 2, coming into lap 3. Kart 5 is going to find the inside, gives Kart 11 a little tap, and we're going to go 3 wide then coming into turn 2. But we are all going to keep the same positions as we go over the bridge. Kart 11 going to keep the door on the inside closed. So Kart 5 cannot find his way through. Coming to lap 5, and then Kart 5 is going to try once again. Coming into 2, 3, 4, side by side. Kart 11 manages to keep his position. Hannah's going to try and move there on 5th position. Doesn't quite get it. Kart 5 going to barge his way through on Kart 11. And he's going to leave the inside gap open, but unfortunately, can Hannah get it? Side by side, we're going to go under the bridge of death, still side by side, but unfortunately, Hannah just can't quite get the position there. She can't quite gather a 5th position once again. So, coming into lap 7, and Kart 5 is going to actually get the switch back on Kart 11, and he's going to close the door completely at turn 2, which unfortunately causes Kart 11 to lose the position right there. But come to the first hairpin, then after the down ramp into hairpin 2, someone's going to absolutely podge their way through on Hannah, and unfortunately Hannah's just going to turn herself in on the cart behind on 7th position, which unfortunately spins her around. She's now down in last. She just can't spin her way back round. Unfortunately, that is the last position, and as you can imagine, that's the end of the race, pretty much for her skipping to the last lap then. Final lap, unfortunately down in last position. It's an unlucky one, looking at it, looks like she just sort of turned in on him, didn't realise he was there. But semi-final time, let's see what she can do for the semis. Here we are then, semi-final time. We are starting in 6th position out of 10 karts that are out here on track. So already we're in a position where we can go through to the grand final. But like I said in the heavyweights, we're all racers and we all want to try and move up the positions as much as we can. So for the start of the semi-finals then here in the lightweights, nothing too spectacular happening right now. So not any problems from 2, 3, 4 over the ramp, but once again everyone seems to be staying in the same positions as they are. So luckily no one jumping anyone, no one getting into any kerfuffles. As the crowd just start to get a little bit away, but skipping to lap 4 then. Hannah's caught right back up to the back of Kart 18, I believe that is. As we're going through 2, 3 and 4, Kart 18 actually goes wide there, which is going to bring Hannah in the inside, but it's going to leave her on the outside coming to the first hairpin after the down ramp. A bit of argy-bargy here and there, but once again the door's open there on 5th position. Door's still open coming into the 2 corners before the bridge depth, and Hannah is going to take that 5th position off Kart 18's hands. So now she's up a position, but can she make any more positions up throughout the race? Lap 13 then, yellow flags are happening. It goes to green at the exact wrong time coming up the bridge, which is what you don't want. She's going to cover off the inside there as 6th position, does try and get 5th position back. But luckily Hannah manages to keep the position there. I could have gone extremely wrong, but luckily nothing too bad. Coming into lap 16 and penultimate lap, she's going to see the in-tour there on Kart 6. Obviously he was a bit racy on the last race, so she's just going to give him a bit of a tap this time, just to make him aware that, you know, she does want that position. Fortunately she doesn't get it as we finished the race right there. So that is a 5th position finish and a ticket into the grand final. But let's see what Hannah can do come the grand final. And here we are then, the grand final, the final race for the lightweight regional finals up here in Leeds. Hannah starting in 9th for the 22 lap race. And here we are then, the lights go green, there's someone on the left who's actually going to have a move on Hannah, but doesn't quite get it for now. But they're actually going to get a better run out of T1 and actually going to get the inside at T4 and actually manages to jump Hannah. So unfortunately that's Hannah down into P10. I have to note as well, she's in Kart 3, the kart that I got in qualifying. Like I say, this is how we knew that Kart 3 was one of the bad ones, as well as watching the middleweights. But Hannah there trying to get into P9. Can she get it under the bridge? Still side by side, but unfortunately does not quite get it on Kart 18 ahead. So she's going to have to settle for P10s. Quite a bit the group then has started to fade off. Coming into lap 11 then, around halfway through the race, we have caught back up to the crowd, and here you can see Kart 3 is just absolutely no pace at all. Hannah come out at the exact same speed out the last hairpin as everyone else. Unfortunately, the karts ahead just seem to be absolutely storming away. But she is managing to keep up as the crowd ahead are fighting quite hard, as you can see right there, coming under the bridge. As two actually managed to get tangled up, so that's Hannah into P8, but unfortunately the race is red flagged. And when it's red flagged, unfortunately, it goes back a lap. So Hannah is being back down into P10, which again is another rule I don't really agree with. But here we are. But unfortunately at the start, someone else is going to try and attempt to get a jump on everyone, but it doesn't quite work out as well as the guy who did it at the very start. So Hannah still in P10 then, going to try and defend their position from the kart behind. As we know, they are going to get pretty racy. Lap 18, coming to lap 19, you can see a lot of things happening in front. Hannah's managing to catch back up to lap kart 18 as everyone's really fighting for position. You can see coming down the bridge, everyone's fighting for position there at the second hairpin, and then there are two hairpins. No one is safe going into Warrington quite yet. There is a lot of fighting going on as we come under the bridge. Is anybody else going to get tangled up? It looks like everyone's going to go in single file. I say single file, there's still a lot of fighting happening here, including the Kart 18 manages to get past Kart 1 there. But are they going to manage to get themselves back around? Just everything just going on. Hannah on the inside there of Kart 18, unfortunately he's just going to shut the door completely. And even then Kart 3 has just got no pace in it anyway, so unfortunately she is still in P10, and that's where she's going to finish for the lightweights as we're on the last lap. There's the checkered flag, P10 for Hannah. A good effort all around, especially with the really poor kart she's been given in the grand final. But well done to the top three, and let's go debrief the whole day as we've been here for 13 hours in the car.
And yeah, there's the lightweight finals done. So well done to Shane for getting third. Huge props for Hannah for getting 10th, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for getting 10th. So yeah, huge well done as well as Ben as well. So I think he only did like one public session up here and just decided to rock up. So yeah, he's done well as well. So yeah, that's the lightweights done, that's heavyweights done. That's the IKC done for the year, and whether I do it again or not, I'm not sure. If a lot of you want to see it again, I'll probably do it, but I'm not sure I can take it all again. Yeah, thank you very much for watching YouTube. Thank you for all the subscribers as well and all the watchers that were there. There's a lot of people who come up who said that they watch the channel, or the lads etc. You know, watch the channel. It's quite nice to know there's a lot of people out there watching, and so it makes me keep wanting to do it. Makes me want to make more videos, makes me want to improve them even more and more and more. So yeah, so thank you all for watching, thank you all for sticking around, and yeah, I'm not sure what will be the next video. It'll probably be the Hot Pursuit Leeds video, because that was actually a really good race on my end. I actually got a good kart, what are the odds? So yeah, thank you very much for watching YouTube. I will see you in the next video.